Alright, as we learned from the big, huge road ahead thing that we had for the 10-year upcoming anniversary, we got a whole bunch of new characters coming to the game. So, those kits have already dropped, and it looks like the first one on the list is Stormtrooper Luke. So, let's just get into it. Kit reveal. Unit name, Stormtrooper Luke. Light. He's a light slide support leader rebel. That is a lot of stuff for a character that's in the movie for, I don't know, almost like a gag for, 5 minutes, 10 minutes? But alright, releasing first in the era of anniversary is Stormtrooper Luke. We wanted to pay homage to some of the characters we launched with 10 years ago, and Stormtrooper Luke seemed like an obvious counterpart to Stormtrooper Han. Yup. Our squad vision for this unit, after the era concludes, includes legacy characters Stormtrooper Han, Princess Leia, R2-D2, and Old Ben Kenobi. I don't see that as really being practical, though. Stormtrooper Han, sure, that makes sense. He's got nowhere to go now. Princess Leia, she kind of has nowhere to go either. But R2 is, perfect with GL Leia. So if you have GL Leia, you're going to use R2 with him. And as far as Old Ben's kind of, he's like a floater. He fits in a lot of squads. But he can also work with GL Leia, so that almost sort of takes two of those out of the mix. So, now maybe in something like a 3v3 Grand Arena, then this is perfect. You got Luke, Han, and Leia, but otherwise, in a 5, I don't know. You're gonna have to figure out 2 other characters instead. Or at least one, definitely R2. If you have GL Leia, you're not going to want to put R2 in this Luke team. You're going to want him in the GL team. Obviously, it's far superior. Anyways, the colonel of the squad and 3v3 Grand Arena team would be Stormtrooper Luke, Stormtrooper Han, and Leia. Duh, that's what I just said, basically. In situations where a full 5-person team is used, the addition of R2-D2 and Old Ben Kenobi should round out the team. I mean, that makes sense, because all of these characters are, they're part of, the original movie, but still, R2, no, you can't. R2 has to go with GL Leia. If you have GL Leia, that's where he needs to go. I mean, if you don't have GL Leia, then who cares? But otherwise, if you do, that's where he's got to go. He can't be hanging out with these goofy-ass characters. Anyways, Stormtrooper Luke's era marquee begins November 8th at 11 a.m. Pacific, which at the time of this reading, today is Sunday, November 16th, so this will be in 2 days like normal, that we'll be getting this Luke. So, his basic ability is TK421. It looks like he's just kind of shooting, per usual, stupid little goofy graphic. He's just shooting a probe droid. Deals special damage to target enemy. If it is Stormtrooper Luke's turn, inflict target enemy with buff disruption for 1 turn. This attack has high damage variance. Okay, so he's just like a regular Stormtrooper, I guess. Buff disruption. Immune to buffs until damaged by an attack. Once damaged by an attack, lose 100% turn meter. Okay, that's kind of lame. I mean, I guess it's fine, like, if you have characters that are good at giving out buffs, then that means they can't partake in getting those buffs until they get damaged. But then as soon as they do, they can get buffs. So it's like, alright. It was only a real temporary thing. Design notes. Oh, what the heck? What is this? Design notes, inspiration, and FAQ? So it's like they fit in the developer's insights into the kit itself. Well, that's weird. Well, let's see. This could be better, actually, than how the developer's insights were before. Because before, the developer's insights were just, clustered together and just, random ideas, So this could be better, maybe. Because now it's going to be more of, specific to each move, so you'll get, targeted design ideas. So this could be better. So let's see. Anyways, this thing says design notes. Buff Disruption is a new debuff that has interesting gameplay surrounding it. It's kind of like Fragile Buff Immunity plus Stagger, where it breaks on any damage being applied. To add some gameplay and decision space around the debuff, a stagger-like effect of losing all their turn meter happens if you do decide to break the buff immunity with damage. Inspiration. The name TK421 refers to the operating number of the Stormtrooper whose armor Luke dons as a disguise. Okay, I don't think I knew that, so that's a cool little tidbit. Fact. Why does this attack have high damage variance? Stormtroopers and Stormtrooper Han both have this drawback on their basic abilities, so it made sense that Luke should get it too. Yeah, and Stormtrooper Han had it because it's just a kind of a little gag because of regular Stormtroopers. I don't think that is a fact, though. I'm pretty sure they just made that up and wanted to answer, just kind of like explain themselves, but whatever. Special ability 1, short for Stormtrooper. Yeah, that's what Leia says as soon as he opens that door. What does he do? Just waves? Hey man, what's up? And then he gives himself some kind of a buff. Dispel all buffs on all enemies. Rally all rebel allies, and they gain tenacity up for 2 turns, which can't be dispelled or prevented. Grant target other ally a bonus turn. If that target ally is Princess Leia, she gains 30% offense and ignores taunt effects during the bonus turn. Okay, that's cool. If Princess Leia and Stormtrooper Han are allies, their chance effects are increased to 100% for 2 turns. Their chance effects are increased to 100% for 2 turns. Chance effects, are they talking about like, it must be on their kits individually. So either character that has something that has a chance. Like I know Leia, I think she has an ability that has like counterattacks or something. 55% chance to counterattack or something. So I guess that is now 100% for 2 turns. So that's pretty good. Design notes. Princess Leia and Stormtrooper Han are vintage characters whose kits need a bit of modernization to make them workable. Yeah, they suck in today's game. In addition to a buff dispel on their enemy, we add Rally from Resistance Hero Finn, handing out bonuses based on their role. Finally, Princess Leia and Stormtrooper Han have a couple abilities that only have a chance at working, and that is impossible to rely on when attempting to make an informed decision in the heat of combat, so this helps mitigate that by guaranteeing those effects go off. I know about Leia's, I'm not sure what exactly Han's is, though. I mean, I barely use him, so I don't really even know his kit that well. Hold on. Okay, so let's see what this percentage thing is, because I'm not sure what is this. So it's deal physical damage to target enemy with a 70% chance to gain 35% turn meter. Okay, so I guess under Luke, this will be a 100% chance that he's going to gain 35% turn meter. Okay, this is nothing. How about in here? Oh, this is a leader ability. Who cares? If you're using Luke for his leader ability, it doesn't matter what Plan B is. What's this one? Han has a 25% chance to remove 30% turn meter from each enemy at the start of his turns. In addition, he recovers 5% protection and has a 25% chance to remove 10% turn meter from each enemy when he is damaged. Wait, so if this goes up to 100, does this actually change too? Does this say now that Han has a 100% chance to remove 30% turn meter from each enemy at the start of each of his turns? And then he also has a 100% chance to remove 10% turn meter from each enemy when he is damaged? That's not bad. Sprinting all those up to 100%. This one, not that cool. He has a 100% chance to gain 35% turn meter. Who cares? But the other one, that's not that bad. Alright, anyways, back to this. So, synergy. Obvious callouts to Princess Leia and Stormtrooper Han and the buffing of their Chance 2 mechanics. Well, yeah, the synergy only makes sense. Han and Luke saved Leia, so yeah, that trifecta just makes perfect sense. The buffing of their chance mechanics, though, not bad actually. It's pretty decent. Inspiration. When Luke Skywalker entered Princess Leia's cell, she snarkily remarked, "Aren't you short for a Stormtrooper?" Yes, we all knew that. I already said that too as soon as I read that move name. Fact. Is there an indication that Han and Leia's chance effects are guaranteed? Yes, there is a blue effect icon with some reminder text while is in effect. Okay, I wasn't really worried about that, but I guess that's cool and helpful. Special 2, where could he be? Cooldown 4. I don't remember what they're referencing here, actually. Where could he be? Who are they looking for? I don't know. Anyways, what is this, though? He's just calling, and something happens. Oh, it looks like you get a buff, and they get debuffs. Because, see, something red happens over there, and something blue happens over here. Inflict vulnerable on all enemies for 1 turn. Rebel attacker allies gain offense up for 2 turns, and non-tank rebel allies gain stealth for 1 turn. Call all rebel allies to assist, dealing 10% more damage for each stealthed ally. That's cool. If this was like a 3v3 situation, though, that's not really adding too much because Stormtrooper Han is a tank, so he's not going to stealth, which means it could just be like Luke and Leia. And then that means you're only dealing 20% more damage. But if it's like a 5 situation, that's not bad. You'd still have one tank at least, Stormtrooper Han. Ooh, you might also have Old Ben. Oh, that would suck. You'd have 2 that aren't stealthing. So it's only like 30% more damage. Ooh. Maybe this is a case where you don't want Han. That way then you could have like 5 characters and you're doing 50% more damage for everybody that's stealthed. Design notes. An all-call ability, getting the whole squad to attack the target is always fun. Okay. Synergy. Princess Leia obviously wants that stealth, and when everyone else is stealth, your tanks needn't worry about taunting. They are the only legal targets anyways. Yep, it's like a reverse taunt. Inspiration. When the trash compactor was about to crush our heroes, Luke tried to contact C-3PO on the comlink, only for 3PO not to answer. This caused Luke to exasperate. Where could he be? Oh, is that what it was? Talking to 3PO? Fact. Does Stormtrooper Luke assist himself? Yes. If the ability states all X assist, then it will include the unit activating the ability, if they are X as well. If it states all other X assist, then they will exclude themselves whether or not they qualify. Do I have any control over Luke's buff disruption, i.e. does Luke go last in assisting? Because of the way our slot ordering works, Luke, who will likely be in the leader slot, will most certainly attack a split second before the rest of the squad, causing buff disruption to be immediately consumed and removing their turn meter. Okay. Unique. Something just moved past my leg. That's in the trash compactor again. At the start of battle, Stormtrooper Luke gains 10 speed. That's it? Okay. If Princess Leia and Stormtrooper Han are allies, they and Stormtrooper Luke gain 30 speed until the end of the battle instead. Still pretty pathetic, but okay, at least this is now a group effort. Everybody's gaining 30. At the start of each encounter, all Rebel tank allies taunt for 1 turn, and all other Rebel allies stealth for 1 turn. Okay, so your tanks are automatically taunting, which is kind of good, because now you don't have to, like, waste a move to taunt, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to do whatever it's called, Plan B or something, draw fire with Stormtrooper Han. You just have him there, and he's just already taunting, so now you can do, like, your basic, and you're putting damage out instead, so that's solid. Whenever a Rebel ally gains bonus turn meter while below 100% turn... Wait, what? Whenever a Rebel ally gains bonus turn meter while below 100% turn meter, they gain protection up. 10% stacking, max 50% for 2 turns. Whenever a Rebel ally gains bonus turn meter while they're below 100%, that is oddly specific, but okay. Is this the leader? Nope, this is just the unique. Whenever a Rebel ally scores a critical hit, they recover 10% health and protection. That's not great, but, you know, it's not too bad either. It's sort of like Wedge's ability, a leader ability, right? Actually, yeah, this isn't even a leader ability. I keep forgetting this is unique. So for a unique, actually, that is pretty solid. Design note. Some more help for the vulnerable Princess Leia and Stormtrooper Han. Additionally, Han, or any Rebel tank for that matter, gets a pre-taunt while everyone else gets stealth. Additionally, Rebel tanks getting a reaction taunt will really help keep the rest of the squad from being targeted. Yeah, there's that too. I mean, I was thinking how you don't have to waste a turn doing a taunt, but at the same time, that's a good point too. You know, everyone else is like safe because you're already targeting taunting right out the gate. Synergy. Using Special 2 as your opener will take advantage of this ability to nearly fully stealth your Rebel team. That's actually pretty true too. Inspiration. While in the track compactor, Luke felt the Dianaga monster and exclaimed, "Something just moved past my leg," moments before getting pulled under by the trash monster. You know, in the movie when you see that happen, you don't really think too much of it because he gets out and everything's fine. But imagine that happened in real life. That'd be so creepy. You feel something, then, I'm in this gross water. And, you know, like, you're stuck. You're in a trash compactor. You can't get out. You're trying to get a hold of 3PO to open the thing. Like, it'd be a terrifying situation to be in. Leader, the brains. This has a Zeta and Omicron. This is the first Zeta out of all his moves, and it also has the Omicron. It's got everything on it. This is also what? Move 5 in the grand scheme of things. He had 3 actual moves. No, what did he have? How many moves is this, actually? Does he have a big kit? Yeah, special ability 2. So special ability 1, special ability 2. So that makes 3 moves. Then he has a unique 4 moves, and then the leader, that's like a 5th move in his kit. Okay. So the leader now, at the start of the battle, rebel allies gain 10% critical chance, critical damage, defense, max health, and max protection. If Princess Leia and Stormtrooper Han are present, these increases are tripled. And that's for the whole team, so even if it's a 5v5 type situation, the whole team's getting 30% crit chance, crit damage, defense, health, and protection. Okay. While a rebel ally has more than 50% health, they have 100% defense, and whenever they use an ability on their turn, they expose the target enemy for 1 turn. While a rebel ally has less than 50% health, they gain 50% offense. Ooh, I'll take that. Hitting harder. While a rebel ally is stealth, they have 20% defense penetration. If stealth or taunt is dispelled from a rebel ally, they gain defense up and foresight for 1 turn. Okay. If a rebel ally removes turn meter from an enemy, distract that enemy for 1 turn. What is distract? They can't gain bonus turn meter. Okay. So I guess that helps keep that turn meter down, you know what I mean? So you can't get bonus and like just regain what you just had removed. While in 3v3 Grand Arenas, the Omicron. So the Omicron is specializing in that little goofy team composition, which is actually perfect. You know, the 2 fake Stormtroopers plus Leia. And it's Grand Arena, so it's the best area to have this. So anyways, and there is an allied Princess Leia, Stormtrooper Han, and no enemy Galactic Legends. Yes, we know. Well, the first 2 parts, and then just no enemy GLs, okay. Whenever stealth is dispelled from a rebel ally, reduce the cooldowns of their abilities by 1. While stealth, Princess Leia ignores the target enemy's protection when attacking them. That's good. Whenever a rebel ally scores a critical hit against an enemy, that enemy loses 10% turn meter. Whenever a rebel ally scores a critical hit. Oh, okay, so they lose turn meter as well. That's good. And if you're lucky and you have like crit chance super high on your whole team, then that means you could be constantly critting, which means they'll constantly be losing turn meter and never taking any turns. So that's kind of solid. Whenever an enemy is inflicted with distract, they are also inflicted with ability block for 1 turn. That's good too. So not only do they lose turn meter, then get distracted so they can't regain that turn meter, but they also have ability block, so all they can do is their basic. It's not bad. Whenever a rebel ally is dazed or stunned, dispel that effect, distract, and inflict protection disruption for 1 turn on the enemy, which can't be evaded or resisted. Okay, that's cool. F you want to stun me? Boom, you're distracted and you have protection disruption. Princess Leia and Stormtrooper Han have their chance effects increased to 100% until the end of the battle. Oh, so now it's just permanent. Their chances are permanently 100% instead of just for 2 turns. Alright, that's pretty good. So now you never have to worry about it. It's just always on. While Stormtrooper Luke is active, he gains 15% evasion, increased by 5%, stacking max 50% each time a rebel ally attacks out of turn. Tank allies gain 100% defense, increased by 5%, stacking max 450% each time they take damage. 450%? Damn! Each time they take damage? Oh, cool. So your defense is... I mean, this is also with the Omicron, but still, your defense is constantly going up. That's good. Attacker allies gain 15% critical damage in offense, increased by 1%, stacking max 135? That's a lot of stacks. You need 135 stacks. Each time they score a critical hit against an enemy. Well, actually, I guess it wouldn't be 135. It would be 120 stacks, right? Because you have the 15% to begin with, and it increases by 1. So 135 minus 15 is 120, so you need 120 stacks to reach 135. Jeez. It's still a lot, though. While another ally has protection, Stormtrooper Luke can't be defeated. Oh! Okay, so that's just like, some of these other moves. Like, the Ben Solo one with a Rey, or how the rest of the team can't be defeated when Qui-Gon's alive with his Omicron. You know, same type of vein as that. They're not exactly identical, but same type of idea. This one almost seems like better, though. While an ally has protection, it's like, I mean, people might target those, but I guess it's actually any ally, too, right? So this is focused on 3v3, but you have 2 allies, so as long as either one of them has protection, Luke can't be defeated, so that's cool. Now it's almost like, too bad Luke can't taunt, you know what I mean? He can taunt, and no one else is taking damage. That means he never dies. Design notes. We're bringing a modified version of Distracted out of the speeder bike raid and into character abilities with this unit. Additionally, losing taunt or stealth due to an enemy dispel is usually a death sentence, but getting a free foresight out of it helps remove some of the sting. Synergy. Stormtrooper Luke's leader ability mimics and somewhat improves on Stormtrooper Han and Princess Leia's leader abilities, so it's a no-brainer to run Stormtrooper Luke as lead in the squad. The 3v3 GAC Omicron is made for players who might have their old Ben and R2 on other squads. Yeah, like GL Leia. It makes the core kernel of Luke, Han, and Leia into a powerhouse in that game mode. Inspiration. When Princess Leia complains that the rescue operation didn't have an escape plan, Han Solo motioned to Luke and said, "He's the brains, sweetheart." So this gave us the idea to name his leader ability the Brains. Yes, he was trying to use that as a scapegoat. Like, don't look at me. He thought about this. I'm just following along for the ride. Anyways, so there it is, the kit for Stormtrooper Luke. It's so effing goofy and just random. a little cosplay that they use to try to, like, I don't know, hide and blend in so they could save Leia, but whatever. It seems halfway decent. At least it brings new life to characters that, like, nobody's really using anymore unless you're an early game player, so that's good. You know, Stormtrooper Han, I hardly ever use him in general, and I definitely haven't used him in the past couple of years, that's for sure. At least Leia I do use in Grand Arena because of her Omicron, so I use her with Akbar, and I'll throw like 3PO and Chewie in the mix. But yeah, this will probably enhance her greater than that situation that I do use her in. And Stormtrooper Han, I mean, he'll have some new life. He might actually be worth relicking and all that now. So that's kind of cool. Anyways, I suppose that is all I have for now. So thanks for checking this out with me. And until the next 800 kit reveals, I said see ya.